right?
Men are.
On top of that, you think men are?
Men are.
Nah, women are way better at it if they really wanted to be, right? Because I'll give you an example. Who's better at cheating, men or women? Easy, it's women. What is cheating? Manipulation. Cool. Now that we now that we nip that in the bud, right? Women are better at that, right?
You're now rocking with the Hot Rod Show. Yeah.
Welcome to the Hot Rod Show, a lunch break from the bullshit though. I'm your host, Hot Rod, the pod god, and this is the Toxic Gang. Look, today's episode is called Mix. We're going to talk about relationships, toxicity, of course, marriage, a little polygamy, relationships, mixed signals, and so much more, all right? Look, our first guest is no stranger, fellow podcaster, content creator, mother, lover, boss, and so much more. Look, welcome Precious Paige back in the building. How you doing, baby girl? Good?
Everything blessed.
Everything healthy and blessed. That's what I like to hear. Next to her, we got the model, the video vixen, and the hustler, Miss Effortless. Ladies and gentlemen, did I say that right?
Yes,
Good?
you did.
All right, cool. Let's get it started. Look, the first question I always like to ask, I asked her the first two questions already, so we coming for you, Liz. All right? What is something toxic that you like?
Something toxic I like.
Don't be shy, girl. Bring that mic close, take a shot. So they want to hear what you got to say. What is something toxic that you like? I like when girls call me a whole bunch of times and leave me messages and shit. Let me know that you care. At least I used to.
I like starting an argument, or like the argument, so you gotta chase me afterwards. Like act like I'm leaving, and then like the chase. So like you gotta chase me a little bit, even though I started the argument or you started the argument. Either way, I take advantage of that, and I like purposely leave, or you gotta like chase me. So I like the whole chase, like afterwards.
Tell me more about that. Like, why do you like to start arguments and have people chase you? Like, what's what's your reasoning?
Well, I like makeup sex, so.
You know what? Like I'm saying.
I like makeup sex, definitely.
We all like a little makeup sex. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
Speaking of sex though, so this next question, Precious Paige answered before, so I'm gonna ask you it. What are your 3 non-negotiables during sex? Like, they have to do this, or you not fucking them, basically.
I would pretty much say, obviously, you gotta eat my pussy.
Okay, so head for sure.
Yeah. Kissing, I'm very like affectionate, so it's got to be a lot of like kissing all over, a bunch of like rubbing, a lot of foreplay. I don't like getting straight to it. We get straight to it, and just like
So
unless
you don't want
I
to get
want
slutted
it
out.
like that,
Yeah. You want them to make love to you and then slut you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
This episode of the Hot Rod Show is sponsored by the Hot Rod Show shorts. All the girls, I see y'all on the gram. Everybody like to twerk. Look, we got the materials for you. It's nice and stretchy. It's not going to rise up. I know y'all hate that. It's good material. The fabrics is fire. The logo is fire. We got the Instagram on there. The Hot Rod Show shorts. If you want to twerk, holla at me.
What did your last relationship teach you about sex, Paige?
My last relationship.
Shouts out to him.
I would say to not be afraid to be as freaky as I want to be, and It's okay to unleash the freak, and not be judged for it.
That's actually a very good one. I'm not mad at that. I think mine last relationship, just to chime in a little bit and give Liz a little bit of time to think. I would say mine. What was my last relationship about sex? I don't think you can. I think guys need to be okay with not giving everybody good dick, because you give certain women good dick and they go a little crazy. And I experienced that on a smaller level. But then my last relationship or situationship, I should say, like she was a little bugged out. You know what I mean? Latino, love them. I love all women, but she just happened to be that. And she was a little bugged out because of it. So I would tell men like, yo, don't give everybody that good stroke, man. Be okay with her talking about you, and you'll be a little bit more peaceful.
But is it even enjoyable if you're not performing?
I mean, as long as we busting up, we don't give a fuck, to be honest. Like if I care about you, I'm gonna make sure you come first, or at least right after me. You feel what I'm saying? But if I don't care about you and I don't want you to stalk me, I don't give a fuck.
As long as you buzz, I guess.
But how do you have good dick and then not give good dick again? Like somewhere else, like you just gotta have good
because
dick.
if I could tell, like you might be a little psychotic after this.
You hold back.
You got to. I don't think men do that, but that's just my experience with the last joint. Before I got a girl now, but before her, I was outside.
Yeah.
You feel me? So what I look at it like. My experience with that situationship was like, damn, maybe I should have just gave a mediocre dick and been okay with her talking about it. Like, I don't give a fuck. There's more examples of me doing well than not, and it wouldn't have been as much of a headache. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure there's some guys out there that have some stalkers. You know what I mean? Y'all had some stalkers. Before we get into that, I want to talk about that too.
That same thing goes.
What did your last relationship teach you about sex, Liz?
Was definitely to express what I want more. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like don't hold back on telling me like what you want, cause
them telling you or you telling them?
Yeah, like sometimes you don't want your man to see that you're too freaky. So, like, I don't know. I guess if you are held on like a higher standard, or if you feel like your man has you on that, then you're not gonna really want to show too much. But he kind of told me like it's kind of opposite. So I really like that of you. So show more of that freaky shit. So whatever you want, just tell me like you like, because I would hold back a lot. So that's what.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think holding back is not a bad thing though.
Don't show all your tricks just yet. Yeah, but like I was holding back a lot. Like
what's a lot though? Like if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like maybe something like anal. I wouldn't want to do anal because I thought he would think that's too much, or maybe he's not into it. Like you'd be scared. Like I don't want my man to think like, oh, I've done this too much before, or like give you like whore vibes. Like, maybe I don't want him to think I'm a whore. Like so you don't tell him like you want that, but he's telling me he likes it too. So yeah.
No, but maybe he just wasn't the right person for you because. Like I feel like when you're with someone, they shouldn't judge you. Maybe they might joke. I'll joke on you, but I'm not really judging you. I'm just messing with you, babe. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta find somebody that's on your type of timing, and I don't think that shit is gonna matter. Yeah. But sometimes it's good not to pull out all your tricks at first, because you gonna get tired of people. So you want to spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good answer. But definitely, whoever you fucking now, whatever the case may be. Definitely.
No problem, sir. Yeah.
Hopefully. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. But something I didn't have written down here that we kind of touched base on was a stalker. Y'all ever had a stalker before? Like y'all got any stories? I know y'all got stories. I want y'all to go before me. Who wants to start? You sound like your facial reaction was like you got a stalker story.
Scary. Yeah, definitely scary business.
What happened? First of all, what did you do to him to make him a stalker, and what events happened that are funny now that wasn't so funny when you was going through it?
Yeah, so damn, that's kind of crazy. Well, I didn't really do much. I just at first was just talking, and I think he was just a really clingy, attached person, or just liked my vibe. I don't know. Maybe I just read it wrong, but it was really conversation and a couple of dates. We didn't do anything intimate, thank God. But a few times, popped up at my job with flowers, but it was like it seems like a nice gesture, but he didn't know where I worked at. So yeah. I can't make that up. I swear to God, I can't make that up. He did not know where I worked at. So that was one, and came to an event like with my friend. So you would
did he know your friend at least? I'm just saying because he didn't know where you work. So did he know your friend or like?
No, no, it was very weird. So I had a stalker, and it was cool at first, and he definitely showed another part of it. Did you sleep
with him at this point, or
no?
Maybe he was his first baddie, or I don't know. Maybe he was just
he had a lot. No, he had money. He had a lot of bad bitches. Like that's why I was confused. Like I don't know. Maybe it's a conversation that sparked something. But yeah, and then I had one. Obviously, I had sex with, but
I'll drink to that. Precious Paige.
That happened.
Do you? I don't know if you could beat that, but do you have any stalker stories?
I wouldn't say stalker. I mean, I feel like anybody I'm like in a serious relationship with, when it's over, they don't want to believe it's over. So I always have that issue of like trying to chase me, but I'm not trying to be chased. So I think that's the closest to a stalker, I would say.
Like they just can't let go, basically.
They just can't let go. I mean, my son's father, we were young love. He was definitely crazy, like legit mental health issues crazy.
What makes him crazy?
Well, he's literally diagnosed, so
Oh,
bipolar,
okay.
schizophrenic,
Oh, okay.
crazy.
Oh, okay.
So he has some issues that I would consider like, okay, you're a stalker, but later on down the line, I'm like, okay, you're just really crazy. So
he was gonna stalk you no matter what.
yeah.
Okay. All right, makes sense. I had a stalker before. I don't know if I consider a stalker, but you know, she would just pop up at. She gonna see this shit too. Whatever. She would just pop up at events. You know what I mean? She would befriend people in my old neighborhood and like just do weird shit like that. And I'm just like, yo, you're crazy. Like you spreading these rumors about me on one side, but then on the other side, you really trying to get back in. Like, you know what I mean? Is it the sex? Is it the conversation? You know, because I could be kind of likable, you know what I mean? But I'm an Aquarius. I could also detach too. Like, yo, fuck you. You've never existed to me. So I've had them stalker moments, but this is not about me. Let's move on to the next question, right? So let me see. We're gonna start with Paige for this one. Is it true that unemployed men fuck better than men who have their shit together? Like them guys that's fucking for a place to stay, goddammit. They fucking better?
I don't fuck unemployed men, so I don't know.
Why you ain't never fucked an unemployed man?
In my younger years.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Talk that shit.
I would say yeah. I feel like they have a point to prove, and I feel like they want to, make sure that they serve a purpose. So they like, let me make sure I lock her in, and this is the only way I can really do it right now. I don't know.
So
maybe.
Yes. So,
ain't
no maybe.
I agree.
I would say yes.
So y'all agree.
I agree.
Okay, all right.
I got more to prove for sure.
Right.
Wait, you got a story? Like, what's up? Talk to me.
No, my friend, just a friend that went through it with a broke one.
What happened?
He had
talk
good dick,
to
so she
Shouts
kept
out
him
to
around. But he was broke, and
men was dicking her down.
Broke and good dick. They don't got to do a lot, but they know what to do. Stay around.
So I just want to say shouts out to Lucky Tia on Instagram. She introduced me to this term. I guess it would fit here. She calls men like that a freaky bum. So like
a lot of them, as I call them, are freaky bums, and they be wanting a girl to do
freaky bums.
Yeah, freaky
Hold
bums.
on, let's do a soliloquy. Let's do a little soliloquy with her. You gotta tell us what's a freaky bum.
A freaky bum?
Like they just a bum.
I hate freaky bums.
They a bum. This what? They just nasty.
Freaky, just nasty. Can fuck the shit out you, eat your coochie real good, but a bum don't want to do nothing. Want you to do everything. A freaky bum, dick fire, but you really.
So you got a couple
like,
of. You a freak, but you a whole bum. You know what I mean? She said that the sex is good, the head is good, but they a bum, whatever. So I just want to shout her out and say that before we move on to the next question. So Liz, I'm gonna start with you on this one, right? Let me see, if sex with you was a dinner, what would the meal be and why?
Sex with me.
A dinner. What would the meal be and why?
Well, let's not be too basic and say spaghetti or whatever.
Spaghetti? I mean, no, you know what? I like spaghetti, so I can't be mad at that too much. But like regular spaghetti, we talking about like, tomato sauce, or we talking,
like that
fettuccine?
goulash kind, all mushy. I don't know, Bake Mac, some like that.
So you're like more of a, like the side? I'm just saying because you described the sides.
I guess you said entree, so I guess like what, Thanksgiving dinner is the better way to put it. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, it's up to
that's
you.
interesting. I never thought of something like that.
I mean, this is what I do. I mind fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a side. So no, I'm not a side. We just go stick with spaghetti. Spaghetti, that's the main dish. Lasagna, all that mushy, gushy, good loving stuff. It make you fill up, feel full. Real good. Get the itis after.
Oh, so you putting them to sleep?
Absolutely.
Okay. Shouts out to the men that you put to sleep.
Right.
I know for me, before we get to Paige, is I don't know if y'all gonna notice, but so I'm Haitian. We got this thing called pickles or whatever. It's kind of like it's like a spicy coleslaw is the best way that I could explain it to you. Cause I'm not a tall brother, I'm not a big brother, but I'm gonna like surprise you. Like, oh shit, he made me squirt. Like I didn't think you can do that. So that's why I like, if I could describe it, I would say pickles or whatever. But this is not about me. Again, Paige.
Oh boy, I don't even know what to say after that.
Right.
I should have waited. Damn.
I would say like a surf and turf, the best of both worlds.
Oh, that's not bad. I like that.
Good.
Who don't like a surf and turf?
Everybody likes
Straight to the
surf.
point. Okay, but why though?
I would say, like I said, best of both worlds. You know, I could freak you out and I could make love to you too.
Nasty girl, okay.
This episode of the Hot Rod Show is sponsored by Licorice the brand. If you're looking for good vibes, the party, follow the Instagram, man.
Man, I got some more sex questions, but I don't want to be labeled a sex podcast because they be on my body about that. Fuck them, but
Yeah,
I don't want to be
'em.
labeled as that. Do you think that there are more important aspects to a relationships than love?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Let's name 3 and let's discuss it. I got my 3. You feel what I'm saying? So what aspects do you feel like are more important in a relationship than love?
Communication,
Okay.
loyalty, and boundaries.
You said communication, loyalty, and boundaries.
Yeah.
I really like those, especially boundaries. Liz, what would you say are your 3?
Communication is definitely one. Support.
100%.
And being, I would say, reliable.
Okay, that's good. I like the support. OD.
It goes with hand in hand of like support and being reliable. You know, reliable is like not like to be dependent on, but be there. You know,
Yeah.
when it's necessary, and the support. You know, when life changing things happen, or if you're interested in different things, be there.
I think the reliable one is one that people don't say as much, but it's very important because it's like, yo, like, what am I getting out of this? I
Right.
can't even, babe, like if she calls you, she needs you to change the tire. Either you know how to change the tire or you get somebody to know how to change that tire. You know what I mean? I'm just using the tire as an example. But
Honesty too.
for me, I wrote down companionship is very important. You know what I mean? Do I really like you? Like I'm talking about, do I really like you? Do we gel? Compatibility, which is kind of the same thing. I think I described that better, but that's the Don. Financial planning. I think that's important too. People, if I really fuck with you and we're in a relationship, I think we need to talk about financial planning. Like, what are we gonna do outside of our 9-to-5s to make money and get out of our 9-to-5s?
I think that goes with communication too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you gotta be able to communicate to have that conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think financial planning, you should definitely be able to have that conversation if you're taking that relationship serious. You know what I mean? But I feel like you got more to say before I move on to the next
No,
question.
I'm good.
All right, I just want to make sure. Let me see. So, what are some things you feel like men provide to a home besides financial support? I got my list. So, what? Yeah. Let's give the men some.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking
do,
about.
I
Let's
do.
start with you then. Like, what do you? Let me read it again. What are some things you feel like men provide to the home besides financial support? Because this world is
That, all
heavy
that
on.
handy stuff. Like I'm not putting all that stuff together, and
Okay.
you know I'm not mowing lawns. I'm not putting not a freaking mount up, not nothing. Or sometimes maybe just the structure, like the male structure, like you know maybe some direction is more better than you know like let's do it this way, but it's needed. You know like that masculine is like needed at that point, so you be grateful if you have that instead of just like finances for me.
Great answer, Paige.
Sure.
So a little background for them. If y'all don't know, y'all haven't been watching the old episodes. She has been married before, so this is
yeah?
gonna be very interesting.
Nice.
I love Liz's answer. But I just want to point that out that she's been married before, so take that into consideration. That's all I'm saying. What do you feel like men bring to the table besides financial support?
I have a long list, but I would say balance, leadership, and safety are like the top 3 for me.
Those are really good answers. Some of those are mine too. Like I have guidance, you know what I mean, instruction, discipline. I feel like you brought up too, for the children and stuff like that. Gratification, fulfillment, and protection. You know what I mean? I feel like this generation talks about money too much. Yes, money is important, but like what else? Like what else does the man bring to the table? What else does the woman bring to the table? You feel what I'm saying? Let's have those other conversations. All right, cool. You got money? Good. All right, cool. You good at sex? Good. What else though? You fucking bozo.
Yes.
All right, cool. So now I'm gonna talk a little shit about y'all, right? About the females, right? I know y'all ain't see that coming. Good.
Here for it.
Why are women's characters predicated on how a man treats her? Like why y'all like that? Like if I baby you, you're gonna be feminine, you're gonna be princesses and stuff like that. Like, why can't you just be that way already? Because a man can't just be like, all right, well, if she treats me like this, I'm going to be masculine. No, you're a bozo, my bro. You feel what I'm saying?
But it is like that for men too.
It
though.
is.
It is
No,
like
it's
that.
not.
It for sure is like that.
Now
Men
it is,
should be
maybe.
naturally masculine. They should. It's certain stuff that you should just naturally be like that. I feel like
Some it's easier for some than others.
Yeah.
Like some men got it, some don't.
some men don't have masculine energy.
Yes, absolutely.
know,
Some are more tapped in with their feminine energy.
That's tough
And some-
for me.
and
But,
unfortunately,
but you're
some
the one
women-
dating them, so I don't know. But that's tough for me to believe.
Yeah, that's why it's spooky. Okay.
So
You could be
see,
dating-
but I feel like that's an excuse for y'all to get away with this though. Like, so I gotta treat you like a princess for you to give me feminine energy when I feel like feminine energy should just be a prerequisite to me dating you.
I
think-
feel like I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now go ahead. Somebody go ahead.
I feel like, your natural energy is a natural energy. So if you're a masculine woman, you're going to be a masculine woman. If you're a masculine man, you're going to, same with femininity. But I feel like the right partner and the right treatment brings a certain thing out of you. So like you're saying, princess treatment. If you're treating me, if you're carrying yourself in a masculine way, my femininity is already going to take the lead. Versus if you're being feminine, then my masculinity is going to take the lead. It's all about balance. That's why balance is so important. And I just want to say it's okay for men to be feminine. Like
No, it's not.
yes,
Yes,
I
it
feel like
is.
it is. We
Yes,
all have
it is. The nurturing
we all have
side.
both. Like we all
We do.
have
Yes,
men,
we do.
It should be a small percentage, but go ahead.
I don't feel like it should be I feel like it should be equally balanced. I feel like a man should
50-50?
feel Yes, I feel like a man should feel safe to cry. He should feel safe to feel anything, to feel emotion. And people view that as, feminine. And I feel like it's all right.
You know what's the problem with that? When you do those things that you just described, the minute that you fuck up or she not fucking with you, she is throwing that in your face.
Depends on
That's
the
why
woman.
you cried to me
Depends on the
that
woman.
night
I've
about
never
your
done that.
grandmother.
No.
That's
But
why.
I've heard men don't open up for those reasons right there, what he said.
That's
Men
what
don't
I'm saying.
open up
I've had it.
because
I'm like, damn,
of that right there.
You really do that? You do that back in my face? I'm never opening up to a woman again. You feel me saying? Like that's it's just a natural makeup with y'all. Maybe not all of y'all, but like y'all would throw that whatever it is. Y'all would throw that back in our face. And I don't like that. So
I
I'm
don't feel
telling
like
y'all,
all
I've never
women
been
do
like
that.
that. I've
Yeah,
never.
I don't feel like all women hit below the belt.
they
or
don't.
do
I mean,
that.
all
Like,
women.
The minute you do that to me, I'm done with you.
Right.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
you
But
come for
a
anything.
lot of y'all do that. I can't say all women because I don't know all women. I haven't been with all women, but I think that's a female trait that y'all do
It's
when y'all
not
really
a female
mad.
trait. It's a toxic trait. Because both
Toxic.
men and
Okay.
women alike do that. It's a toxic trait. It's an unhealed trait.
Yeah,
it depends.
it's a
You also have
trigger.
to. I feel like people are out here dating just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to be compatible. You need to have some type of discernment and guidance and direction and intention. Like if you just dated anybody, like yeah, she's gonna do that. He's gonna do that. But if you know this person and you've built a rapport with them to create that safe space.
How
at
long
that
does it
point-
take to get to know somebody though? Like to really know
You
them,
can know
not the
immediately.
representative. That's another thing too.
I don't feel like you really ever fully know someone, but I feel like it's more about energy and vibes. Like you just have to pick up on that.
You don't think vibes lie and then she can lie?
No.
Like they can act?
Energy is
No.
everything.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think you can. I think you could fake it for some people can fake it longer than others. And some people like just come out like you get
Energy
tired.
never lies.
And never.
You could play a role, but that doesn't mean that role fits you.
Okay.
Like,
Or the mask
Energy
can be
doesn't
on.
lie.
It's gonna come off eventually.
right.
It's gonna reveal no matter what. It's gonna show.
Okay, that's fair. Let me see. Boom, boom. Where was that? Little done. So Jessie Woo, you guys know who Jessie Woo is? This Haitian girl. She's like
She's a comedian.
Cool. So she said something very interesting that I always wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna talk about it with y'all. So she said,
And do you think men should
Bajas,
see us
I
in
think
our natural
Bajas-
state before they get in a real relationship with us?
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep. Don't come over here thinking that I'm going to go to Sephora and get you some makeup. So I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that because I ain't got it. When a man says that to you, he wants to strip you of everything. He doesn't want you to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
whenever I hear a man say, let me see what you look like without makeup, that man can't finance your beauty or upkeep thoughts. I think that is some of the worst shit to ever say. It doesn't make sense. No. I just want your thoughts on it real quick. What do y'all feel about that? So if a man asks you to see you without your makeup or whatever the case may be, he can't afford to upkeep your beauty.
I don't think so.
You gonna leave that alone?
I don't think that's what that means. I think he's
Okay.
really trying to genuinely see what you look like without makeup, but it all depends because maybe he's just never offered and now he's saying that and it's kind of giving a red flag that he can't afford you. So it all depends on circumstances, I guess. Maybe she's saying
But
that
how
because
does
she's
that
talking.
how does that mean I can't afford you because I want to see what you look like without makeup?
That's what I said. Depends on circumstances. Maybe she's been around him a couple times, and then now he's like, "Can I see you without makeup?" And he's never contributed to it. You know, he's never been like, "Oh, hey," like I don't know. For some females, that matters. Seems like to her that matters. That's why she made that comment. But I really just think genuinely a man is just trying to see what he's working with besides the
Okay, so we
makeup
on the
that
same
you
page.
have on.
We on the same page.
Because I hear that from men
Speaking
a
of
lot.
pages, Paige, where are you at? Where are you at on this topic?
I feel like so for this that's a layered statement. I feel
Right.
like
Really?
Yeah, I feel like men first of all should not be paying for your maintenance. That's
No.
something you should be able to take care of. If he does it, it's a beautiful gesture. Who doesn't like, getting their nails done, hair done, whatever. But like that's something you should be able to maintain on your own. That's the first level. The second thing to it is I feel like he shouldn't have to really express that. I feel like that should be a given. Like a man should see what you look like with no makeup. I feel like,
Especially if you like him.
yeah, especially if you like him. So
How the fuck am I supposed to know what our kid's gonna look like if I've never seen you without
Right,
makeup? That's
yeah.
kind of scary. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I like what you said. You feel me? Like I like what you said too. Then you said some drunk too much. You feel me? I like that, and I also like that. Damn, I lost my train of thought when it comes to what I was about to say.
I want to add something else too.
Go ahead.
Just the statement of like he can't afford me.
It's
I
crazy.
really dislike when women say that because I feel like it puts a
too.
price
Me
tag
too.
on you.
For
Like,
real. Thank
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm really
I like
against
talking
that.
to Paige.
Like,
I'm glad we doing like I like women that think
I
like that. That's good.
I don't have a price tag. You know what I mean?
You can't
But
be
some
bought.
women do, I guess.
I feel like, but here's my thing. Like, I feel like if it's situational, if I'm locked in with you, I'm only fucking with you. If I can afford it, I don't mind paying for your nails. I don't mind paying for certain shit. It's called upkeep. But if I'm like outside, I'm just single, I'm just busting your cheek. I'm not paying for certain shit. It don't make sense. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm single and we go into a restaurant and shit like that, yes, then I probably should pay for that, especially if I offer
Probably.
it. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, look. I didn't need
losing me, Rod. You losing me.
I'm talking about single ride. You feel me? Not taking ride.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Single ride. I was not a nice person. You feel me? You'd be lucky to get a dinner out of me. Come to my crib. I got the Henny. I got the weed. And I'm busting your
What if you
ass.
supposed to
boy.
say Jesus?
I'm just saying that was me at that time. But taking ride, if I'm really fucking with you,
Yeah.
I think there's certain things that a man should be doing. That's what I'm saying. Let me see. Oh, boom. So moving on, right? So there was a 45-year-old man who filed for divorce after he saw Usher seduce his wife on stage. How do y'all feel about that? And how do you feel about those shows in general? Before I say how I feel.
I think he's not having sex with her at all, and they got some problems. And then Usher opened her up in a way he's never seen, so he's like, I gotta go. So that's got to be some underlying other stuff.
You think there was problems there before
Absolutely.
Usher? Okay.
Because her going to Usher and getting that, you're bringing your wife to an Usher concert. Like, she likes Usher, obviously, maybe she might get more excited. You should have the heart for that. So I don't know. That's probably something underlining with their relationship, like something they're not doing sexually, and then she's, obviously that Usher was a little bit more sexual with them, so that triggered him.
I mean,
It has to be.
let me Picasso something real quick. Let me paint this picture, right? What if there wasn't any issues there, right? And she went to the show and she still let him do these things that, me personally, I think women shouldn't let Usher do certain things to them if you're in a relationship, let alone married. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like women that kind of stick up for those type of girls, like they got a whole mentality because it's like, oh, well, I'm coming home to you. Well, still, I don't want Usher rubbing his penis on you. I don't want Usher kissing you. It's a show. You enjoy the show. You don't be the show. You're not getting paid for this show. You feel what I'm saying? So I typically don't really like that or whatever the case may be. But I do like your answer. Maybe there
There's
was
definitely no
some
respect in the relationship. Absolutely not.
That's the number one thing men want is respect. It's like everything else is
Like, you can
after.
enjoy the concert, but you shaking your ass or, doing that whole
What do
You see what happened with Keke Palmer? So her home man,
She got
damn
me
near got a
so
DV
tight.
of her. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
What are you doing, Kiki? What
It's
is
not
going
funny.
on?
It's sad.
I don't think
it's
Kiki did
unfunny.
nothing wrong.
She
first
did
of
not.
all.
You don't think she
I
did
don't think
nothing
Kiki
wrong?
did it
See,
appropriate.
you fall under that category I was
Appropriate.
talking about. That's
No,
crazy.
this is the thing too.
She was too much. He said.
I don't
So
think
she was
all
too
she did
much?
was show up. Like all she did
Oh,
was
maybe I gotta watch it again. I
yeah,
don't know.
like I don't feel like she did anything wrong. But I will say this. I really dislike that we put a blanket over marriage or over relationships. Like every relationship is different. There is a couple out there that the husband wants to see Usher do those things to his wife.
This is
that
true.
exists.
This
He's a
is true.
cuckold.
And
This is
and
true.
no,
He's a cuckold.
No, people that are
listen,
like
peop-
just do this.
people
I know
are
what you're
into
talking
different
about,
things.
yo.
But my whole thing is this: I do agree with the respect factor. Like if I know my husband isn't okay with that, then no, I'm not gonna go do that. But I feel like for those couples that come across those issues, there was never respect to begin with. Because why are you even there? You know,
Nah,
what I'm
it's a
saying?
show.
Exactly.
You could go to the show, but you don't have to put your cheeks on Usher. You don't respect. You feel me?
mean-
Like you don't respect. Like,
But you know what the show is about,
Hold on. What do you mean with the show? You don't have to partake in it. You're not
Okay.
getting a check. From
You know
this.
Usher is
Word.
here to put that cherry in my mouth and shit. So if he come up to me, you
But
know
you
what's
don't have
going
to
on.
partake. You don't have to partake in it. I see.
So I'm gonna look over at Bay like,
Listen.
you sure? Right?
Listen,
I'm
I'm gonna give you an
take this
example,
cherry.
right? I go to the club, I go out to outings, I see beautiful, sexy women that's ready to go sometimes. I don't have to partake in that just because they're
true.
ready to go. It's the same thing, kind of. Like Alicia
No.
Keys. Alicia Keys had this, I think it was a picture or something like that. Like, she definitely was feeling his package. That's crazy to me.
What?
I don't want
Okay, I didn't see
I
that.
don't want your
I can't.
package on my wife, my man. What are you doing?
Usher out. Isn't
What?
he married?
Wait, I'm confused.
Who?
Usher.
I don't know what he is, but I know Alicia Keys is messing with Swiss Beats though.
They're married.
Exactly.
For 15 years.
There was a picture
Like,
where he was behind her, and the package had to be on her cheeks.
Maybe
Who's
Swiss
baggage?
Beats likes
Someone
it
else?
though. Just
Usher,
like, come on.
Usher, USHER. Yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
agree with that. Shouts out to his shows. Get your money, black man, but stay away from my girl. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't even partake in it if I was with my man. I'm not gonna hold
I
you.
would say this. It's like
how about we
saying,
don't go?
Don't. It's like going. It's like saying go to the strip club, but don't have no ass shaking on you. Like that's crazy.
Come on, yeah.
Like you going to an Usher concert. This is what Usher is about.
Like I'm like,
This is
babe,
what he
let's go out to the
promotes.
strip club, and
Yeah.
then you're like, no ass shaking.
It doesn't make sense, babe. Let's go to an Usher concert, but don't eat them cherries. Like no. You know what's going on. You know what they here
That's
for.
such a good example. I'm
Like-
mad. I'm mad. I ain't gonna front. That's a good example. I'm mad. Nah,
When?
look. But the strip club been around long before Usher. Let's
Okay.
throw that out there.
Okay.
The strip club been
Been around for a
around
minute.
long before
Okay.
Usher. All right. It's not televised and shit like that. It's not in your face. It's not on Instagram. I don't have to. You don't have to see.
Lies.
You don't know.
Anywhere you go, you're on camera.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
cross the
but
street,
you
you on
don't
camera.
necessarily. It's less likely to see some stripper ass shaking on your man than your lady throwing some ass on Usher.
It depends on what you're
Nowadays,
going to.
nowadays,
It depends.
nowadays,
If you go to
no.
somewhere like Starlets or somewhere like that, that's
It don't matter.
people are
You're
recording
nobody.
in there.
I'm nobody. We're
It
not
doesn't
famous
matter.
people.
You're still on camera.
But Usher's a famous
It's still-
person. It's
it
more
just-
likely for somebody
So
to
you're
get that.
saying that the magnitude versus the actual action is what matters?
No, I never said
Yeah,
that.
it
You
is.
said
That's-
that.
no, that's
He
what
is
you're
saying
saying.
that.
No,
He
that's
is
what you're
saying
saying.
that.
I'm saying I'm just saying it's less likely for it to be thrown in your face. If
But why
you're
does
at a-
that matter? It still happened.
That's
Regardless
true.
if it's in the dark or in
That's
the light,
true.
it still happened.
You got me there, right? I'm just saying that what you don't know, damn, that's bad too.
Yeah,
All right, I'm
look
gonna
at
leave that
you,
alone.
tripping out
What are
now.
we saying here?
You got it. All right. So look, let me see. I guess this is a marriage question. So I saw something on Instagram. It says that most women never marry the man that they really want to be with, right? Examples. Women say things like, he grew on me. He wasn't my type. I didn't like short guys. He had scaly hands. And they say this in front of people. You see what I'm saying? So do you think
Damn.
that statement is true? That, women never really marry the men that they really want to be with? I'm talking to you, Paige. You've been there.
I don't agree. I would never marry someone. First of all, I would never talk to, date, entertain someone that I'm not interested in. Like,
So every guy you talked to was your dream guy.
not necessarily my dream guy, but there was something about him that intrigued me, that enticed me, that made me curious, that made me be like, all right, man, I want to fuck with him. I would never be like, I don't really want to fuck with him, but I fucked with him anyway. Like, that's just crazy to me. I don't know.
Liz, what's up? So you
too
don't
crazy.
agree with her? You got your
Nah,
own
be
like.
real, though.
Don't front.
No.
You agree with that too?
Yeah.
Fuck,
No,
I was
for
trying to
real.
get something there. All right, so I'm gonna move along, and I ain't even gonna spend too much time with that. But I do got a cool one. The next question is kind of cool. Do you feel like it's safe to say that you are your man's property? Yes or no? Because I got a follow up.
What the hell?
My husband's, yes.
No.
If it's my husband, I definitely belong to him. He definitely belongs to me. We are one. But my boyfriend, my boo, like, no.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. But that was a cool answer. What about you, Liz? Do you
No.
feel like it's safe to
Not
say
even my
that
husband.
you're your man's property?
No.
No.
Not even
okay.
my husband. Like, I don't-
Okay, good. I'm happy that you said that. Okay, so can you name some things that a man is willing to die for or protect that doesn't belong to him? Like what can you name a couple of things? Like just name 2 or 3 things that you feel like a man is willing to protect and die for that doesn't belong to him.
Definitely his money. But you feel like it doesn't belong? You said but doesn't belong to him?
I mean, his money
Like,
belongs to him.
That's a tricky question.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Money does belong to him. Family, I feel like family belongs. But I don't know what you mean by that because it's like, what belongs when it, maybe,
I mean, my money
maybe,
belongs to me.
Right, your mother. I feel, personally,
My mother.
I don't think anybody belongs to anybody. I feel like, we make it harder in relationships by attaching. We shouldn't attach. Even if it's a mom or son, like you don't really own. Property is something you own. Like when I think about property or ownership, I think about real estate or something, an asset or something. I can't buy into a connection or a bond or something. So
Look at the words
think
that
I
you
think
use though,
about
right?
different.
My mom, his money.
True.
Like if we go, like this is going to be funny. If we go to like English class, right?
Yeah.
Those
English
are called
language,
possessive
trippy.
nouns.
Yeah.
Right?
Trippy.
So my money, that's my money. My mom, my girlfriend, his such and such. Like, so I say all of that to say this, right? It's not so bad because I'm pretty sure that
Maybe he
women
might do it over a principle then. Maybe it might be a principle. Maybe he might see something that's like, I don't like that. So like he might do something. Because
Wouldn't
of
that
the
still be his principle though?
That's
no,
what I'm
but it could
saying.
be something he
His.
sees.
Principles.
It's
You
true.
feel what I'm saying?
True, right. Because
There's-
nobody has the same principle. That's a tricky question.
And I would
That's
say
the point.
That's
you
a
said
really
assets.
good question,
Like,
but
I
that's the
feel like
point.
your husband
I
or
will-
your wife is your biggest asset.
It
When
is.
Like
You're
That's
right.
a whole nother conversation. Before
You're
we
right.
get there though,
Maybe
we
I'm
gonna
getting
get
too
there.
deep on the property owning thing.
My-
But your
my-
husband, as asset.
My point of bringing that up is because that women might not like the word like, oh, property or his property or her property, but I'm your property too. You belong to me, I belong to you. There's nothing really wrong with that because when you break it down, it's like why would I want to protect something that's not mine? Why would I want to protect something that I don't own? Like you're a stranger, you don't belong to me.
Well, I think guys
I'm
like
minding
to be
my
heroes.
business. Huh?
I think guys, like men love to be a hero. So that could be in anything. Really,
Yeah,
but like you said,
exactly.
it does go down to principles and beliefs and ego. So then it would be
I think it's the verbiage too. Like when you
Yeah.
say property, it has like
Yeah.
a negative tone. But if you say
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
person, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a little different.
That's
They
semantics.
might
though.
be. I mean,
it's in
it
this
is
case that's
semantics.
a, that's
It
a
is semantics.
synonym.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
but it
There's
has a
nothing wrong.
different
But that's the
energy
wrong
attached to
English.
it. Like
That's ego. There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with you being your man's
listen, I
property.
don't think it's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Like,
No,
no, it's
I
not
don't think
nothing wrong. I
nothing
wouldn't
with
say that, but
But-
yeah, I agree. But it's not a bad thing. But
Okay,
maybe
now
I'm,
that's
maybe
not
I'm
a bad
going.
thing. Good.
No, maybe I'm
Good.
going too hard into the word of like deeper into the word of like we're not owned. Nobody is. Yeah, everybody has their own free will. Like that's how I feel in relationships.
I think sometimes people need to read in between the lines and stuff like that. And then social media and society kind of like fuck people's heads up as far as
Yeah.
like thinking for
Yeah.
yourself for certain shit. Like, oh, he don't own you, girl. You could go
But
outside,
why would
wear
you,
that skirt.
that's what's confused. Like, why would you not want to be owned? Why wouldn't you want to be chosen? Why
Yes,
wouldn't you want to
right.
belong?
But
to
that's what I'm
someone,
asking
you know?
y'all.
I would, but I didn't look at it as like property.
Yeah.
Definitely, I love the whole belonging to somebody. That's
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
100%.
saying?
Like your man
it
loves
doesn't
you,
have
you
to
love them,
be
I
that
love
bad
you. Like,
all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But since we in agreement, so let's find some shit to argue about. So one of the coldest lines I saw on Instagram is, if every man in the world picked one woman to be faithful, to be with, how many single women would there be? Because there's more women than men, right?
I believe
You
so.
think so?
I think so.
I'm thinking there's not anymore.
I could be wrong, but I'm going all the way with it. They gonna let me know in the comments and stuff like that, right? If every man decided, you know what, I'm gonna be faithful to this one girl, then all y'all would have to share anyway, right?
Yeah.
How?
There's not enough men to go around.
Then
You would have
some
to
women
share.
would be left without men, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
They
Why
would
do
be
we make?
left without men, or they would be obligated to share out in the open versus being a side chick.
I think that we need to stop making it seem like it's a death sentence if you're single. There's
It is.
nothing wrong with being
it's okay.
single.
It's okay to love yourself
Yeah,
and be single.
it's
like,
Y'all
okay.
fronting. The
live
whole
life.
point of being here is to
Fronting.
replicate and to have a legacy. Your legacy is your children.
Some people
Your-
you
your
can have
lineage.
children
Without
Some
a
people can't have
relationship.
children.
Some people can't have children.
Some
That's
people don't want
unfortunate.
children.
And I
some
feel
people-
bad for them.
Why?
There are single
I
moms.
feel bad for them
thriving.
because
Like, what?
I feel bad for them because it's like, damn, I feel for you. I'm kind of emotional in that way. Like, damn, you can't have kids. I want kids. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, you can't
But
have
some
kids.
people don't feel that way. Some people are okay with not having kids. They
Shouts
don't
out to
want
them.
kids.
Right.
Shouts
And
out to
that's
them.
okay. Some people want to be single. They don't want to be attached to
And
anyone.
their lineage might stop with them unless they have a sibling
And
that's
they're
gonna have
okay
kids.
with that.
Right.
Okay.
Some people don't want all that big, like,
Yeah.
legacy, and some people are cool with the simplicity of things in life and just being themselves or a little bit more selfish. Some people don't like the responsibility either. Like,
So
kids
they're
are
just irresponsible.
It might not be irresponsible, but they know that having those things in their life require more out of them. So that's a more responsibility that they're not ready for. It's not technically a bad thing.
Some people just don't
Okay.
want
Some
to be a
people
parent.
don't-
They don't want
yeah.
that lifestyle.
Right.
That's
Or
okay.
a lot of
Shouts out
trauma
to the
they
people
went
who
through
don't
and
want
stuff.
kids.
Right.
I'm just stirring the pot a little
And the
bit.
single women and single men that want to be
Right.
single.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I've been there.
It ain't a death sentence.
But single
you know?
forever
Like-
being the cat lady or being the guy
There's
that's like
nothing wrong
like I
with
did
that.
I'm a plumber guy, so I did a not a dishwasher, I did a dryer for him or a washer, whatever the case may be. This man was old, cool as fuck. He's still outside going to the bar. He could have been my father. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think that's cool at that age. I think you gotta have an old lady at some point.
But it's his life. What if that's the
No,
life
no,
he
no. I'm
wants
okay
to
with
live?
it for him.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about that idea for me.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah.
Who's going to wash your ass when you can't do it for yourself? Who's
think
going to take
about
care of
that.
you when you sick
I'll think about
when you
that.
can't do it for yourself?
I will say that
Yeah.
mentality is what causes a lot of people to settle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be by myself than in bad company. Like if I never find my person, I think I'm cool. Like I would rather not have anybody.
So you don't want somebody
Then
to
pretend.
take care of you when you get that cold at 70 years old.
I mean,
That's
I have
what your
kids.
kids for.
Yeah, I have kids. I have family. I
you
have
think that's fair
friends.
to them? They got their own
They gotta
life. They
do
might
that.
have a wife and
It's a
kids.
cycle of life. They gotta do it regardless.
I mean, and they're not obligated to do it, but I'm loved enough and I'm blessed enough to say
They're gonna
that
do
I
it.
have people in my village that will do that even if my kids don't rise to the occasion.
Okay.
So if it's not my husband, I'm cool.
Y'all got me. The jig is up.
True.
I do got another similar question on the female spectrum side of things, right? So, let me see. A lot of times women curve men and would get upset if you talk to their friend, right? So I saw this on Instagram. A woman said when she had a good man she wasn't compatible with, she would pass him off to her homegirl, which is more suitable. Why don't more women do this? And would there be fewer single women because of it? Like, he's a good man, but y'all not really compatible, but you might have a homegirl that you think is pass him off to sis. Like, why don't y'all do that? What's up with that? Listen, you want to start? I want to give Paige some time to think. Like, she about to think of
Yeah,
some
that's crazy.
shit. So,
That's crazy. First of all, you're my friend, so like we're most likely gonna be sharing a whole bunch of things. I'm not gonna just like pass them off because it's like, oh, it's not suitable for me. I mean, if you guys so happen to bond, I'm not gonna be like a cock blocker and be like, oh no, like.
so you're okay with that?
I'm like, girl, I mean, it didn't work out for us or whatever, but if you guys really like each other and bond, I won't be a hater, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, it didn't work out. Yeah, go fuck my homegirl. Like, yeah, she wants you. She's on you. She likes you. Like, no.
Why
absolutely
not?
Fuck not. Because we might rekindle something later on, and I'm not going behind sis, and we not doing this. Guys do that good. Girls, that's just not even cool. I'm not even saying it's cool for guys. Like, just have a little bit more, but that's crazy for women. Like, I don't know, a little too much. I'm gonna be honest.
Some women don't feel that way though, because they have that masculine energy and they
For
do
me.
things that yeah, for you. But some women have that energy where they move like a guy a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not really-
I'm not mad at both answers.
Good for them.
both sides.
But I can't judge. I'm not a judger. I don't judge.
Paige, what about you? How do you feel about this topic? You
I feel like it depends. It depends on how far we have gotten. Like if we are intimate, then it's a no. If there's any type of emotions or attachments, then it's a no. But if we just like went on a date and, you know, exchanged numbers and I see you're a vibe, just not my vibe, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But there is a thin line where it becomes distasteful and just messy.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think, yeah, you might have hit it on the nail too, though, because it's like you could pass somebody off that's kind of like, all right, cool. He's cool, but we don't gel or whatever the case may be. But if the situation or relationship got in too deep, then it's kind of weird because now I gotta see you. I used to mess with you. You come into the double dates, the triple dates. You come into the functions.
Right.
I don't want to go through that. You might not want to go through that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I do think, because this was a woman who said this, I think she might be on to something. Like, all right, why? Don't waste your time. Don't waste that man's time. Like, yo, my homegirl's single. I think you guys might hit it off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Unless that's cool. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with
I've had
that.
those situations
Like,
where
I
guys
have
will try
that.
to talk to me and I'm just like, you know, I'm really just not into you, but I have a friend, she's single.
And
she's
they actually
So you
hit
do
it
the
off,
alley for
too.
your homegirl.
Yeah,
Word,
for sure.
yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, yeah.
But like if I would have
Shit
dated
about.
him and like he would have courted me and it would have went to another level, like then you just clipped altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Okay.
like,
All
what do we do?
right. So we could debate. We could leave that right there. Damn. So I want to give him some game, right? I guess this segment should be about giving people game. Before we get into that, right? In your opinion, what makes you a good woman? Give me 3 things about yourself that you feel like is a reason for making you a good woman. We're gonna start with Liz, just because you thought I was gonna start with Paige.
Sure. What I feel like makes me a good woman is, well, I'm very like understanding. So like, and I'm a good listener. So like if like whoever I'm dealing with, I don't judge or like I don't put too much on them, you know, and I allow them to have that safe space with me. So like I'm always open and like I'm there. I always show up. I always stay accountable for what I do. So like I know women sometimes could be too much. So like for my own actions and my attitude. And I just like, you know, keep my shit together. So like my house, my everything, like I'm just not independent. Once I have a man, I don't want to feel too dependent, so it doesn't leave too much on you. So I give you space to be you, you know, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's important. That space is definitely very important. You know, there's a line what it says, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So that space sometimes definitely does help things, whatever the case may be. The only thing that I wanna throw out there, because you're Sagittarius,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
come
said I
on.
was gonna talk about this.
Why are you talking about them?
Y'all
Why
be
are you talking about us?
petty. That's the only thing I think I can
Being
say.
petty,
Y'all be
absolutely.
petty, boy,
Yeah.
and don't care too. Like, don't knock it on their bad side. They
That's
are
true. I didn't know
petty
that.
like I know, like a motherfucker. But
But it would be petty for me. It would be like, okay, I'm around, you need me all the time, and then when you need me and you do something that's not tasteful to me, I won't be around. That's my petty. Like I don't really feed into.
See, that's not even petty. I think that's
match
karma.
energies. You know.
Okay, that's
maybe
not bad. That's not bad, but some of y'all bad.
But I agree with that.
Say-
I dealt with a lot of Sagittarius. So.
Paige, give us 3 things that makes Precious Paige a good woman.
I'm gonna use my 9-year-old's affirmations. I would say I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm strong. I would say I'm smart because I have my own mind, I have my own vibe. I'm not like, you know, trying to be anybody that I'm not. If I don't have the information, I find the information. I would say I'm beautiful. I think I have a good spirit. I think I'm very kind, and I think that's important to be in today's society. And I'm strong. I can weather the storm. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna rock.
I feel like you
love
cheating
that.
though.
Why?
Cause you using the kids and shit like that.
I mean,
like,
you short and
what?
sweet.
You started off with the kids. I'm not gonna debate with the kids. You know what I mean? How I love the kids. You know what I mean? I'm not. So I got nothing to say to that.
That was
but
beautiful.
I asked that because I want to ask y'all this question, right? Whoever wants to start. I guess I'll start with Paige. How do you spot a high value man?
I like that.
It's simple. Just character.
Okay.
Just character.
Just character.
I see how you move. I see how you are. I see how you treat other people. I see how you treat yourself. You're just a character.
What about you, Liz? How would you spot a high value man?
Well, first I like to look at how he treats his family. So the people, you can't be treating everybody else on the outside great. So you can be a great character on the outside. And I definitely agree with the character, like how you lead the room. Like you can just see when somebody comes in the room, like who's a leader and who's not, especially with a man. So it definitely reads high value. But 100% how you treat your family. Because if you're not a nice person to your family, you're not showing up for them. You're not high value. You don't.
Sometimes people family ain't shit though.
Yeah,
sometimes you can have an ain't shit.
Yeah, that's true. And then you don't show up for, then you show up for something else.
Yeah,
that's true. That's very true. But if you are like family oriented or you have a mom or anything, I really just look at that. Like you really got to look at how you treat your mom and your relationship, whether you had a dad or not in your life. That's just what puts that high value. It's not money or material, because that literally the lamest people have the most money. So that doesn't mean that has nothing going for themselves, really, besides the money.
So I'm happy that you said that, because I have a couple of things I wanted to basically explain as far as like how to spot a high value man, and that's the top of the list. What's your relationship like with your mother, right? So respect starts at home. If he don't respect his mom, he damn sure ain't gonna respect your ass. You see what I'm saying? Another thing is something that you brought up. Excuse me. What character do you relate to most in like books or movies? This can reveal like true morals and values. So like, do you relate to the villain, the ain't shit ass motherfucker in the movie, or you relate to the sweet person, the hero and stuff like that? That's something to look out for.
Sometimes the villains be right though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes the villains be right.
Okay. I'm okay with being a villain.
Okay.
Sometimes I be messing with the
situation.
Y'all saw Black Panther?
Yeah, of course.
What's Killmonger was kind of right. You know what I mean? He was kind of right. So I ain't mad at that too much. Let me see. So what do you do daily to become your better self, right? Growth should be non-negotiable. You shouldn't be the same person that you are now last week. So that's something else to spot. You know what I mean? We giving them game today. Last thing is, how do you know you're ready for something serious? This is where you look at like self-awareness and stuff like that. You got to pay attention to that type of stuff, right? So I just want to give the people, you know, some game as far as like the females at least, how to spot a high value man. Red flags, right? Liz, I'm gonna start with you just cause. Give me 3 red flags in a man, in your opinion.
3 flags in a man.
I got a bunch over here, but I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Well, if he's around, for me, this is for me, personally, if you, like, you know, say you have a lot of male friends and then you're continuously just always around the male friends and you claim that you're always like working or certain things and you make more time for men than yourself, like not even if you're in a relationship, if you just like, you know, don't, and you're constantly around somebody or constantly around people, that's a red flag to me. Like that means you don't know how to sit with yourself and you don't know how to be alone with anything that's going on. You're not going to be able to deal with conflicts that come up in your life. You're not going to be able to problem solve for the women or people around you. So yeah, that's a big red flag for me. You said 2 more or 3.
That was good. I was ready to say something though, but that was good. Like you brought it home at the end. I'm like, damn, you know what? That's good. You got some more for us, or you want to end it there? Because that was good. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, if he don't text you back at a certain time, says he got a girl.
Oh, come on.
Don't do that. It's a red flag.
Okay, so not texting you back, not being able to sit with himself. He always got to be with
certain time
friends.
Yeah,
what was that?
Certain time frames he don't text back.
Give us one more.
Red flag would be, I would just say communication wise. Like say if you're so dismissive, like you can be dismissive towards a lot of things. I would just watch for little to stuff. Me. Yeah, but emotional intelligence is really like that emotional maturity. Really like how you just deal with things coming up. Like I said, it's just if you don't know, if you flip out a lot for me, like or if you're annoyed instantly a lot for me, or constantly complaining, that's a red flag for me. That means like anything that's put pressure on you, you're literally complaining about. You don't know how to deal with things shifting, changing, and shit like that happens all the time in life. So if you can't deal with the little annoyances and trust the progress or deal with that, then yeah, that's just gonna be harder for me or you in the long run.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Paige, give us a couple of things that you feel like is a red flag in a man.
I'm gonna just give one because I feel like it covers all bases. Is inconsistency. if you're inconsistent on any level, whether it be communication, honesty, any type of like patterns, routine, like that's the biggest red flag. It's a no for me. If your stories don't add up, like it's
He's a liar.
You just inconsistency is like
She's
the biggest
smart.
red flag. Like I'm just not doing that.
I think so. You both mentioned communication, which I think is good, but I think something a level up that's even more important than communication is comprehension. Because we can communicate like a motherfucker.
Yes.
But if you don't understand what I'm saying, and I don't understand what you saying, we wasting time like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? That I had to learn that in a relationship I was in back in the day. Like, damn, like I'm a pretty good communicator. She's not bad too. Like I could be better. I'm gonna throw that out there because my girl gonna see this. I could be better. And the girl I was dating at the time, she's a good communicator, but I don't think she really was understanding what the fuck I was saying. You know what I mean? Whether that's on me or her.
Yeah, true.
So comprehension is big. I had a long list too, but I'm gonna try to pick like 3 out of this list as far as red flags. I don't want to do the fellas that bad. Let me see. So a funny one could be listens to Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, or Red Pill podcast, right? I guess my question would be to y'all is, what is women's beef, pause, no freaky, with Andrew Tate? Like, why don't y'all like him? Like, I don't think he's that bad.
I'm talking about the
offense,
Russian
but I don't
guy?
know who that is.
Yes. He's tall or whatever, and he says a lot of good stuff.
Misogynist.
I don't think he's a misogynist.
Why not?
What is a misogynist?
First, he doesn't. He talks down on women. He thinks women are supposed to be like used for something, and constantly like he just doesn't hold a certain value to them. Like
But that's not being a misogynist.
It's not. He degrades women.
I don't think he degrades women.
You don't think so?
I don't think he degrades women.
Why not?
I think that he talks about women in a submissive fashion, but a harsh way. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you put that stamp on somebody that they're misogynist, that means that they hate women.
I think
I don't think men hate. I don't think no man hates women.
Yeah, there's a lot of
unless you got a mental
women.
Unless you got like a mental block. Or you got like a disease or
you
something.
are saying everything that's wrong with them. Mental block, disease,
I don't think he's one of those guys.
I don't know.
I just think he's like super masculine and you know, he's gonna take care of you, and he just expects. He has standards. That's what it is. Women don't like niggas with standards. Y'all don't like men with certain.
I highly
standards.
disagree with that.
It's true.
I think
if they have certain standards, you're like, oh, he's this, he's that. But realistically,
what is it? Okay, give me an example. What would be the
shit.
standard that women would say that about?
So a man who probably expects you to cook, clean, not go to the club, not go on vacations with your girls. Because I've seen Andrew Tate say, like, why are you going to the club? The club, he owns clubs, he said. He said clubs are basically a place that's designed for you to meet men and shack up. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what he said. I'm just saying what he said. Based on what he said, if that's true, why would I want my girl going to the club? So I understand why he's mad at that notion. You feel
but my
what I'm
whole
saying?
thing, see, this is my beef, right? If you don't want to date women that go to the club, then just don't date women that go to the club. Why are you speaking on the women that do?
What woman doesn't go to the club these days?
A lot of women.
Especially when they're in a relationship.
That's
Right.
cat. But you know why? Because
That's
women do
real.
stuff. Women like fun just like men like fun. You
But
feel what I'm
they'll find
saying?
fun
And the
other
club
ways when
might
they're
be one of them
intercommitted.
things on the list. And if it's not on your list, you know whose list it's on? Your homegirl. Oh, it's my birthday.
And that's fine, but my whole thing is, okay, what is the beef with my homegirl? Let her date someone that wants to date a woman that's
your
in the club.
homegirl might be a hoe.
And that's her prerogative. That's her business. And she's gonna find a man that wants to date her.
But they feel like you're gonna be encouraged. Yeah,
She's
like
gonna try to encourage you to do hoe shit because she's a hoe. Hypothetically, she may.
You're dating a woman,
if you're gonna get
that's
down
not
that road,
insecurity.
like,
That's
come on,
protection.
You should be solid
I'm trying to
within your
protect you from
relationship.
doing hoe shit.
She was
so
my
you don't
whole
lose
friend
me.
before you. How are you protecting
Okay,
me?
cool, but you with me now. You having kids by me. You're not having kids by your homegirl. I'm not saying that y'all can't be friends, but certain environments, I would try to like stir you not to go in no more because you're with me.
So you can
gotta
say there's boundaries.
me.
There's boundaries and respect. Just say that. But other
Boundaries
than that,
But
like,
I
the whole
also feel
friend
like
was
just
already
date
around.
a woman that doesn't want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
What
that's
woman
what
doesn't want to go?
There's
to
a
the
lot
club?
of there's a lot
I've
of
never met them in this day and age. Where they at?
listen. There's a lot of. First of all, I don't go to the club.
You
I don't
don't
either.
never go to the
Rob,
club.
when
I
have you
don't
ever
either.
seen me in the club? Ever.
That's your Instagram
It's been a
stories. I don't know
while.
what you do
It's been a
outside of
while.
that. I'm
Okay.
saying
On
like you
Sunday,
never go to the
I'm
club.
not
You don't
saying
go to
that
a bar.
listen, I'm not saying that I never have been to the club,
But it's not a
that's not
priority.
something that I enjoy doing. That's not something I'm doing on a random Saturday.
But all it
if
takes
it's my
is one
friend's
time.
birthday or something like that, then maybe,
Exactly.
and that's what she's doing, then yes, I might accompany
why
her.
not?
And you need to have well enough trust and judgment in your woman that I'm not gonna be doing no whole shit.
But it's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust your whole ass friends.
What does my
Mm-hmm.
friend have to do with our relationship?
Influence.
But then
So
you
now
can't
you're
be
dating
having
a weak-minded
dog-ass
woman
friends
that's
and then be
easily
going out with them.
influenced.
You don't have
Dogs.
to be weak-minded.
You have to
for
be.
something to happen. Not true. You don't have to be
What is
weak-minded.
gonna happen that I don't allow to happen?
Anything can happen.
Like
She
what?
can line you up. You can get a roofie. This nigga.
What kind of friends
Oh,
are
he's
you?
agreeing over
You
here.
don't
He's
know.
agreeing.
You don't know. I don't know.
No, we need
Yo.
to know.
I don't-
You
I
need
don't
to know.
know.
Listen,
You
my
never
man
know
needs to
people.
know, and he needs to know that I know that the company I keep is trustworthy. If you don't have confidence in that, you don't need to be my man. And my whole thing is the men that like to speak on women that's in the club and shaking ass and doing ratchet shit, don't date those women. Why you keep speaking about them? Speak about the women that
Because
are
they're
at home.
fun. Let's be honest.
Okay, so
They're
let them
fun.
live.
going to do that.
So
They
let
don't
them
know.
live. So stop
They're a
tripping.
little
with
fun,
them.
but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean good girls can't be hoes neither. Let's not.
course
They
not.
worse. It's worse because the
Listen.
hoes. At least I knew. At least, oh yeah, I'm gonna call you back.
What, good
At least
girl?
I knew you was a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? But when you portray to be a good girl and then you do some hoe shit, I ain't gonna front. That shit might hurt a
See,
little
and that's
bit.
what goes into what I was talking about the first time. Why
What's
you don't
that?
let your man see all the certain shit, and then that right there,
Let me just say this. I feel like every woman has
Crazy.
a little bit of hoe in them. Like, let's just
Everyone.
be for real. Every
100%.
woman has a
Everyone.
little bit of
I
freak in
can
them.
agree with that.
It just
Everyone wants
depends
the
on
same
where.
Splash of thotty.
That's it, and it's okay.
Splash of
It depends
thotty.
on where
It's
you
just human
are
nature.
in life.
Right,
It's where you
there you
are
go.
in life. If
And
you
first of all, you
in
get
your
older, you
whole
get
phase
freaky.
and you outside.
You get older, you get
Women
freaky.
get older, they get freakier.
That's
what I
100%
heard from
true.
men straight out their mouth. Multiple.
Shouts out to the Cougars. The
yeah,
Cougars.
that's
excuse
that
me.
40 or the nastier.
Shouts out
That's
to the
what I
MILFs.
heard.
You feel me? MILFs need love too, man. You know what I mean? The Cougars
got a
need
few?
love too, if that's your thing.
You know.
But I do agree. Women do get older, they get freakier. So you gotta definitely keep up with them, and that's why they go after younger men. But before I go into this next segment a little bit, do you guys have any questions for me or the men in general? Talk about it. It's your time.
I can really think of.
It's your time. Listen, I know you got something. Give me something. I got a bunch of
I
questions.
want to ask this, right? Being new to the dating scene, what do you feel like is an appropriate first date?
An appropriate first date. You want to get this one or you want me to go first, Liz?
No, I want to hear from you. What you
All right,
think
cool.
is
An appropriate first date, I would say, is not somewhere that's loud so I can actually communicate with you, so I can kind of fill you out. Not some place that's necessarily overpriced restaurant or an expensive restaurant, because I should be getting to know you. You feel what I'm saying? I should be trying to figure out if I even fucking like you before I'm spending all this money on you. Now, I've done that before and it worked out. Sometimes it didn't. But I would say some place where I can hear you talk and some places not as expensive, because I need to figure out if I like you, if I can talk to you on the phone, if I could be around you and not be mad. Because if I can't do those things, then I'm just going to want to fuck you and, get up out of there. So I would say any place that's not loud so I can hear you talk, and any place that's not expensive, because then we get to have real conversations. And I would even add this: ask them hard questions. When I was dating, I was asking them crazy questions. Girls just looking at me like, I'm like, do you have any trauma? Do you have any brothers that's locked up in jail, bitch? I need to know this. Is somebody gonna come after me, like, depending on what you tell these motherfuckers? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are your traumas?
Like, we arguing, bitch. You gonna tell them?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I need to know these things. You see what I'm saying? So ask them, and women too, ask them questions. Ask certain crazy questions.
What
Don't be
type
scared
of,
to ask
how
them
many
questions.
kids you got, low key? Please tell me. Like,
But
don't
kids
have
is
no
not
baby pop out.
Kids is not always a bad thing.
The baby mama is
as
a
long
problem.
as the baby mom and the baby father is not bugged out. You
Yeah,
get what I'm
but
saying?
that's
Because
like
I've seen those situations work out. I've been in those situations that didn't work out for me, but I've seen it in other situations with people where it worked out. So I think that's the key factor there. So
Yeah,
if that answers your question, I hope that answers your question.
That's a great answer.
It is.
All right, cool.
I like that.
What else? What else? Y'all got something for me before I go into this mixed bag?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me,
That's
summed
it?
up, yeah. No.
You got any questions? No?
I agree.
All right, cool.
I
So,
agree with all that, yeah.
obviously, I brought up the fact that you ladies are mixed earlier, right? So, I have some questions about like mixed girls because this is the episode. This episode is called Mixed. So, I'm happy we got a little bit of time to get into this. Have y'all ever dated men who are the same mixes as y'all? If so, how did it go? Like, obviously, I'm mixed with different things, but have you dated a man that was like, oh, okay, I'm mixed with this, he's this, you know what I mean? Or he's this. How did those situations go?
I've never dated anyone that was mixed.
Okay, so
I'm open to it. I just never have.
for context, let's talk about what do you mix with first. Let's just talk about that.
Okay, so my mom is fully Puerto Rican. Both of her parents are Puerto Rican.
La tu sabes.
Yes, but my grandfather is more like Afro Latino, and my grandmother's more like Spaniard. So she's white, red hair, green eyes, and my grandfather is very dark skinned, with coarser hair. And then on my dad's side, his mom is white and his dad is black.
It's a lot there.
A lot going on.
It's a lot there. So you've never, but there's no way you've never dated any of those because it's so broad. Like you've dated a black guy, you dated a Afro Latino. That's what I'm saying. How did those situations go?
Oh, so
anything
I thought you meant like a mixed person, like mixed person.
I mean,
I thought that was the question.
I mean, that was the question when I wrote it down. But now that I'm sitting here with y'all, like, have
Do you like
dated
Spanish men?
I've never dated a Hispanic man. I'm not really
Same.
I think I'm not really attracted to them, and they're not really
either.
attracted to me.
girls like you,
would
right?
say.
I don't want to say girls
What?
like you.
No way.
I mean,
I run into a lot of women who are Spanish who don't date Spanish men. Like they
it's
be
not
like
like I
brothers.
Me too.
don't. It's not like I don't date them. It just never happened. Like I'm open to it. I'm open to dating any race, really. I'm not like.
So, but you say
only
you,
date this,
but
only
you've
date that.
never dated one. You've dated more so black men. Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously the what's the word I'm looking for? The viewers at home, like there's this stereotype that black women, white women or whatever. No, Hispanic women, white women, they like to date us because of the sex. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
You
true.
thinking y'all
I
down
think-
type shit.
Does
Does that play a factor or nah?
I mean, I've never been with anything else, any other race, so I wouldn't know like how to compare.
Okay.
But I will say that for me, it's a cultural thing because
Yes.
people talk about being mixed like racially or ethnically, but culturally is a big thing. So I grew up in a black neighborhood. At home, we cooking soul food. Like it's so for me, it's more a cultural thing. We listen to hip hop. I'm in this environment of. I think, did we discuss black culture? I don't know if we did. I think we did that. Anyway, but
Privately, probably.
Yeah. So it's more of a cultural thing for me. Like I guess that's what I give, so that's what I receive. But I'm also very Latin. I'm also very Afro-Latina. I speak Spanish, write Spanish, read Spanish.
You looking. I ain't gonna hold you. So that's what's up.
Yes,
You got the little baby hairs, the hair down
ya
here.
tú sabes.
You know what I mean? Ya tu sabes, mami.
But,
you know what I mean? Type shit. Like my babysitter was Dominican, you know what I mean? And I'm Haitian, so it's weird, but it worked out for me.
Good.
Liz, same question. Have you ever dated? Well, first, what are you mixed with, and have you ever dated anybody that was one of those things, and how did it go? So let's start with what you're mixed with.
Yeah, a bunch of like European things, like Italian, Polish, more like Italian.
Wash chicheldomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak a little Polish. It's weird. Go ahead. Go
Really?
on. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, that
it's
was
close
cool.
to French,
Okay,
but it's not about
It
me.
is close to
That's
French.
you. I know.
It's not about, okay. But my dad, he's black. So
Okay.
African American, I like to say that. But and then my mom, we a bunch of European and stuff, and that's really it. But that
Have you
is
ever
a weird
dated
mix.
any of those?
No, just black men.
Well, so tell
And
us about that, because
some
you said your
mixed,
father's
so I
black.
did mix.
You said your father's black, right?
Yes.
So what was it like? What's your experience like dating black men, and does the sex play a major part in it? Because TV likes to make it seem that way.
For a black man, I can understand why other races would like black men. Okay, like I
Why?
understand that. Like,
Why?
definitely, obviously for the sex, 100%.
He just wanted us to say that.
Shouts out to the black
Like,
sex.
yeah,
You
you know,
heard?
keep women in there. Like, okay.
Look, it's only
Wait a
entertainment.
minute. So yeah, definitely for that. But don't throw me off. Definitely for that. But I would say probably other reasons.
Like what?
Come on, say the question again because you threw me off. With
No,
that.
I'm just saying my fault. So you know what I mean? What like basically have you ever dated men that are of the same mixes of you, and how did it go basically?
Yeah, never same mix as me, always black men, but mixed like black and white, never Spanish.
How did those go though? Like the ones that you did date? Like
the mixed one?
Yeah, how did it go?
It was crazy. Like I think no, I don't. I gotta watch what I say because I don't want to sound like ignorant, but it's like kind of just based off my experience. Like black men are definitely different than a mixed black man and white. Like say like the same as me. They just a little different. Or it depends on how you're raised. Like if you have maybe your dad more in your life, or if you're raised more by your mom. I feel like those men were definitely raised a lot more by their moms, so that shows significantly in their mixed. Status.
I mean, that's most people. Most people was raised by their mom. They kick out the father
but I'm
in jail.
saying for black men,
like
if you're mixed though, and that shows, and your dad is black, like that will be significant in your life. If your mom is, either mixed or white, and then you're raised.
So it's good that you brought that up because the next question is kind of along those lines. Mm-hmm. It's like, what kind of struggles do you go through as far as dating men in general? Mm-hmm. Any men? Like, I like that. Let's start with you.
Because men are men.
But what about them? You know what I mean? Like as far as struggle wise that you go through in general.
In general, be maybe just like the desire to have me, but not all around. Like see like what's underneath. So like I feel I'm wanted a lot. Like obviously because you're beautiful, but it's like more than that. Like especially with modeling and certain things. So it's a little more extensive. Like you just get. A lot of tension you could tell is based around sex. It's not really to get to know you in your mind. And I'm a very like deep person. So that is something like somebody could play really hard in my face. Like they're so into this or they like the same things as me. And it's really to fuck at the end of the day. So I just really know all guys want to fuck at the end of the day. So you're not getting shit past me, but I'll go with it sometimes, maybe. But that really is a complex for me though. It is.
Do you go with it because you want to fuck them too or you want to see where it goes?
No, it's just something that I view, on a daily, that maybe I'm being genuine and having a conversation the whole time you really just trying to fuck. So I think that's like a complex. Like it's difficult for me sometimes because sometimes you want to call it out. Sometimes you just don't. And sometimes you want to be genuine. Sometimes you just, we deal with the opposite sex all the time. Come on, you can't be not, yourself around somebody because you feel they want to fuck you all the time. But it's just, I don't know. I give a genuine conversation. So it's really hard to
be fair, right? Like, and this is probably not fair, but like in the profession a lot of women are in, as far as modeling and video vixen, and y'all half naked all the time.
Right.
It's hard for men not to want to fuck y'all.
Right.
Like, can we say that?
Right.
Okay.
That's
cool.
my point. That's the complex because you really are. Might be a little bit. Not everybody's surface level. So I'm saying I'm not surface level. So I do that. And it's a complex because all you see is you want to fuck, but I might genuinely want a conversation or I might genuinely want companionship. So that's what I realized with men is a little difficult.
That's when, finding the right guy or a guy that thinks like that would come into play or whatever. Because most men, I ain't gonna front, they gonna want slap, son. I'm not gonna hold you. They gonna want
sometimes,
slap. But
sometimes,
if you look at your Instagram, it's hard not to want to slap. Like not just you, but y'all be naked.
Too. Come on, it's male nature though. Like I'm not gonna men think about shit differently than a woman would think about it.
You feel what I'm saying?
So yeah,
my man Dean getting the Don Julio, but we gonna switch the page real quick. So look, same question. Let me see. What kind of struggles do you go through as far as dating men in general?
What kind of struggles? I think it's just really difficult to find, like, to kind of piggyback off of what she said, like genuine people. Like who's genuine, who's full of shit, like just kind of sorting them out. It's not really like difficult to do, but it's just like just weeding all of them out and like vetting to see who's even worth my time. I think that becomes difficult when you're sought after.
Yes.
So I guess to piggyback off of what both of you guys said is like, how do you distinguish between lust and love in your relationships? Like how do you pick like, all right, this guy just wants to fuck, or maybe this guy might want a relationship.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Huh?
Just conversation. Like
Conversation?
conversing.
Yeah, but you could fake it. Like, listen, before I was, you know what I mean?
No.
Like taking,
I'm an energy
like,
person,
I'm pretty
yeah.
good. I'm pretty good at
Like saucing it up and shit.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty good at like telling you what you want to hear. Now, you like, we're gonna get to you real quick, Paige. Right?
Dang.
You're a Scorpio. I know for a fact, even if you want to or not, you're good at manipulation.
Scorpios are
You're probably
wonderful.
good at secrecy,
I love
right? I know you're good at manipulation.
I would say
So I know you got that power too. You
They
know what
be
I'm saying?
lying.
So that's
Scorpios
why
are not that
I
bad.
asked, how do you distinguish lust between love when you run into somebody like myself or Paige that wants to use that power for evil?
yeah. I feel like actions and energy. Like it's not more so what you say, it's like what you do.
Okay.
You know, and the energy, like
Right.
for the most part, yeah. And I will say this, not even though anybody could be manipulative, especially
Not like Scorpio.
Yes. Come on, don't do
Scorpio
that.
and
Words
Gemini
like
and
that.
certain signs that's just better at it. That's
You
all I'm
and
saying.
I wouldn't
Right.
say that we're manipulative. I just feel like we have great energy. We a good vibe.
Yeah.
So,
But y'all also
like,
manipulative.
But what's manipulative? Like I feel like that's
You want me
more
to-
like
to look it up?
No, I feel like when you say that, what it's
That's
giving
an
is like.
attention. Like it's attention.
Yeah,
Like,
not necessarily attention, but I feel like it's more so like I'm leading you on to believe something that isn't true. Like
No,
manipulating the
you're
situation.
manipulating me. The people can look up the word manipulation. First of all, if we want to get started, right? Like women are masters of manipulation in general. Let's start there, right?
Men are.
On top of that, men. You think men are?
Men are.
Nah, women are way better at it if they really wanted to be, right? Because I'll give you an example. Who's better at cheating, men or women? Easy, it's women. What is cheating? Manipulation. Cool. Now that we. Now that we nipped that in the bud, right?
Sounds
Women
jaded.
are better at
Yeah.
that, right? Scorpios, I've dated y'all. I've had
Makes sense.
male Scorpios in my life, and I've seen them in action. I'm like, yo, bro, you a cold motherfucker, bro. Like, you feel what
I
I'm
just
saying?
feel like that's just. I just feel like everything you're saying. I just feel like that's toxic. I feel like you need to date a healed Scorpio
but see,
or
I
be
think
around
that's-
some healed Scorpio men.
That's a
like,
scapegoat. And let me tell you why. I don't think it's toxic. I just think that you can choose to use certain skill sets and abilities when you want to use them. You
mean,
can
that's
use
for
it
anything. I
think
if
that's
you want
all
to get a
women.
job. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or if you want to get inside the club. You feel me? Or you want to for whatever. You feel what I'm saying? You can use it at your discretion. That doesn't make it evil all the time. I'm just saying that power is in Scorpios and embedded in women in general. That's all I'm saying. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I just
like
feel like
Scorpio.
You don't like
manipulation
it.
and
You don't like it.
persuasion. I just feel like that's games, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
you get to a certain point in your life where you don't got time for games. And I feel like like maybe younger people might think it's entertaining to like manipulate and persuade someone. And like I said earlier, you're not really having it your way if you have to lie and manipulate and you know persuade someone to do
But
something.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think
I don't think manipulation is always lying, though.
no, I think manipulation it depends
doesn't
on
have
your
to be-
intention, like
yeah.
what you're doing with it, because you have to manipulate a lot of things in life, you know, to get it your way or have certain things your way and certain things. But I think it's all about the intention. So like
Yeah.
if you're like I'm gonna use this person for this or I'm gonna do this, then that's you know there's a manipulation that you gotta follow with that to go through with that action.
Right. And I just feel like me personally in my life, I feel like I don't want to have to manipulate or persuade or like play games to have my way. I just feel like I want everything to be in alignment. Like I want it to be natural and organic. And if it's not, I don't even want it.
Yeah.
Like it's not even fun to me at this stage of my life to like manipulate or persuade somebody. Like,
But you,
Yes.
some things is just subconsciously you do. I'll give you an example. Married couple. The kids want to go to, I don't know, Girl Scout cookies, or they want to go fucking door to door for Halloween trick or treating, right? You don't want to do it. You want your husband to do it, right? You're gonna manipulate that situation.
why would I manipulate the situation?
Because you don't want to do it.
But that doesn't mean so if I'm locked in and I'm in a marriage, I'm gonna say, baby, I don't want to go. Can you go, please? If he
Okay.
says
Then
no, I'm not going.
You're gonna go.
Okay, and he
Yeah.
says no, and you don't really want to go. Or what about this? If you know he's gonna say no, and you really don't want to go, you're gonna subconsciously find a way to make this nigga go because you don't really want to go. Whether it's you don't want to go or you got something planned that day, you're not a bad mom. It's just like, damn, I don't feel like doing this one thing. You feel what I'm saying? I want my husband to go. What are you gonna do? You're gonna subconsciously find a way to manipulate him to go take the kids out.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, the fuck you is.
No, I'm gonna ask him to go. If he doesn't want to go, then we're gonna have to come to some kind of compromise.
I think it all depends on the person.
But I'm not gonna.
I don't think so. Listen, men have certain characteristics and women have certain characteristics. Manipulation has a bad connotation to it, so you're not openly gonna be like, yeah, women are masters of manipulation. You don't want that stamp on your record. That's fine.
I've done things before where I had to move around and do certain things to get it like to what I want, but I don't know.
That's manipulation.
Right. So I agree, but I don't think it all depends on the intention because it's like if it's harmless, it's like I feel like we all do it as humans, like human nature, like you said.
We all do it. Right. I'm just saying that women are better. That's all I'm saying.
I agree that they might be better than cheating because.
Don't change the subject.
I'm serious. I goes into the cheating, like you said. You said it.
I did say that, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about the manipulation part. I don't want to talk about cheating. We already established that women are better cheaters than men. Y'all got that belt.
Maybe they're better at manipulating because they got emotion.
Y'all gonna get this manipulation stamp on your passport
all right,
too.
I'm gonna take
That's all I'm saying.
But just because they're better at it and have the ability to do it doesn't mean they're putting it into practice.
That's true. I'm agreeing with that.
All women are manipulative,
I'm agreeing. No, all women can be manipulative. Yeah. I'm not saying that all women are doing that.
No, you literally
all
said
women are doing that. Actually,
that's what I'm saying.
They use it to its discretion. It depends on what the situation is. You just go into that mode where you use it. That's all.
Maybe I'm just getting old. I'm like, you want to do this or not?
Yeah,
like,
that's
at this point, you don't want to do it. Cool. Like,
you know what subconscious means? That means
right.
you doing it and you don't even know that you're doing it. You figure, do me? Like you don't even some things you don't even know that you're doing, and you don't want to agree to that. That's cool. You don't know that you're doing it.
Well, if I don't know that I'm doing it, I can't say that I'm doing it because then I don't know that I'm doing it.
Because it's subconscious.
I will say this: people work for the things that they want for the people that they want, right? Yeah. So if I'm asking someone to do something, they might not want to. Like if I'm in a relationship and I ask my man to do something for me, he might not want to do it, but he's gonna do it anyway because he knows this is gonna make me happy, and vice versa. It might be stuff that I do that I don't necessarily really want to do in the moment, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I know it's gonna make my partner happy. So I feel like it's not really about manipulation. It's just about like matching energy, being aligned with someone. That's really what it's about. It's not like subconsciously I'm manipulating him and I'm getting him to do what I want. It's like, no, he wants to see me happy, so he's gonna do that. If I want to see, I'm into him, I want to see him happy, I'm gonna do certain things too. So why is it manipulation? Why isn't it more about this person is into me, this person loves me, or vice versa? So I want to do this because of that.
Look, just like that, we are running out of time, and I have so much more to say. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna tell the people where they could find you at, what you got going on, your Instagram, your socials, whatever you want to promote right now. This is the time, Precious Page. So we're gonna start with you, and then we're gonna move to the left, and then we're gonna sign out just like that. So tell them where they can find you at, your Instagrams, what you got going on, and that's it.
You can find my IG, I am Precious Page, IAM PRECIOUS PAIGE. I am Precious Page on all platforms. And yeah, a lot of things cooking: podcasting, music, modeling, acting, all of that.
Liz, same thing. Tell them where they can find you at, what you got going on, any projects, anything that you want to promote. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at effortless, EFFORTLYSS. And what I'm working on, well, I'm a model. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm an entrepreneur. So, I specialize in e-commerce and passive income. So if you want to know about that, I'm definitely willing to teach that, and we'll be offering that. And I'm personalizing in skincare, so I will be dropping a serum soon in my beauty business, and you can look forward to that. So
listen, shouts out to the ladies. This is Hotrod. This is the Toxic Gang, the mixed episode coming soon. Signing out. Tap in.